Welcome to the Secret Weapon Challenge. Holy moly, I am so pumped about this. Good morning. Happy day to everybody who's joining us for this incredible few days of real estate investing mastery. Yes. I am absolutely honored that you guys are taking the time out of your day to come and join us. We all have certain number of hours available to us in our lives. And for the next 4 days, you're going to be choosing to spend a couple of those hours with us every morning. And for that, super grateful. And you should be grateful to yourself for showing up, because I'm telling you, that is the key to success. I've got some special treats for you guys on this live stream. Not only are we going to help you guys understand the secret weapons that some of my Astro student leaders are employing into their business to create massive success, we are also going to be joined by a very dear friend of mine who has some words of encouragement. And we're going to announce the next challenge that we have, which will be in conjunction with my friend. So, Emily, are you there? Nice to see you. How are you this morning?
I'm so good. So happy to be here. How are you? How's everybody in the chat? Show us some love.
Absolutely great. We're so happy to have you, Emily. Thank you for joining us this morning. Emily will be with us throughout the time that we have together, guys. Pay attention to the things that are posted in the chat as we post them, because they're going to be opportunities for you guys to take advantage of some tools that we're using, as well as some networking opportunities that you guys should put into your calendars. Because if you are doing this business at a high level, what you will find out is it does not work alone. You need to squat up. You need people. Oh, look at Bobby's legs. Cute. Emily, would you bring on my special friends?
I will.
Good morning.
Hey, look at this, guys. Holy moly. Is that Tarek El Moussa and Ronnie Skyberg? Wow.
What's up, Jamil? Good morning, buddy. How's it going, man?
You know what? I'm absolutely wonderful, but I can tell you, I wake up and I miss being in Cabo with you and your lovely family and my little girl. What a time we spent together out there. How cool was that?
Man, that was the best time. So much fun. I don't know if you guys know this, but my son Braden is obsessed with Jamil. For the first time in my life, I've never seen him like that with everybody. So they're best friends now.
Absolutely. I love the boy, and tell him that Uncle Jamil needs to see him real soon. Ronnie, nice to meet you, bro. How are you?
Good, sir. Nice to meet you as well, Jamil.
You and Tarek go way back.
Yeah, way back. I was 4. Tarek was around 5.5, 6 years old when I first met him.
Yeah, well, see, unfortunately for me, I had to repeat kindergarten. So my second go round of kindergarten is when I met Ronnie.
Yeah.
No doubt. What happens? I'm sorry. I hope this doesn't like uncover a wound or something, but how does someone fail kindergarten?
Apparently, anyways, apparently.
Sorry,
I wasn't ready to go into the first grade. Listen, guys, no bullshit here. My entire life, people have told me you can't do this. It's not meant for you. You have too much energy. You're moving too fast. You have ADHD. I had every excuse why I was going to be a failure, why I was going to end up in jail. And here I am sitting with you, buddy.
It's phenomenal. And Tarek, let me just say this to you, dude. I am massively inspired by you. You are at the top of the mountain in our world. I have looked up to you, your path, your success, your story. Guys, forget TV. Forget the fact that he's on one of the most successful franchise shows in the history of real estate. Forget that. Okay. Forget the fact that he's got 2 shows right now that he's working on. Let's take all of that off the table. Tarek is consistent. Tarek is steady, and he has the most inspiring, incredible journey that got him here. You've had your share of difficulties, Tarek. Would you mind sharing with us a little bit of what got you here and what you had to overcome to become the man that's here today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna say this real quick. Listen, you're gonna hear so many different things about success, like so many different things, right? There's one thing that you need to become successful, okay, and that's mindset. And once you have the mindset, you have the will to continue. You refuse to stop because you believe. This isn't rocket science. We're not performing brain surgery. We're finding something, we're signing a contract, we're wholesaling it, or we're flipping it. The one thing you need is the belief and the mindset to show up every single day and do the same thing over and over and over until you get the results.
That's in fact, if you were to ask me, I believe that's the secret of success. Every person that I know that has reached the highest points in their careers, they all have the exact same story. They failed so much more. They had way more adversity. They are the product of all of the obstacles that were placed in front of them. And that's the thing. You don't get here. You don't become a diamond without pressure. You do not shine unless you're buffed.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely the case. And you are such an inspiration and an example for everybody to put into their daily life to say, look, I can just wake up. If I show up, if I put my presence and I put my energy towards a consistent activity, I will get there. So Tarek, you're working on some pretty exciting things. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm still shooting Flipping 101 season 3 right now. I don't know if you guys have seen that on HGTV Discovery Plus, where I'm mentoring rookie flippers. It's a lot of fun because half the time they don't listen to Tarek, so you get to watch a roller coaster. I also just announced my new show, The Flipping El Moussa, is where my beautiful wife Heather is going to be guest starring with me. And it's all about buying, fixing, and flipping our own houses. But it's going to get a deeper dive into our personal life and what's really happening behind the scenes with the business. And then my wife, of course, she starts season 6 and 7 of Selling Sunset. Wow. I have my house flipping company, Tarek Buys Houses. We are flipping and wholesaling houses. I have my rental property company, Next Level Property Investments. We own about 200 houses there. I have my newest company, TEM Capital. We are now syndicating real estate deals, multifamily and self-storage. Right now, we actually are raising money from accredited investors to buy a self-storage facility. And then, of course, just like Jamil, I got my program Homeschooled, where I'm teaching people how to buy, fix, and flip houses. And other than that, I'm just being a dad and having a lot of fun.
It's an incredible amount of things that you have going on, Tarek.
Sorry. The real estate team. I have a real estate team with EXP. We just hit, I think, 1,206 agents as of this morning. So it's keeping me busy.
Wow. Guys, we have 600 people already with us, and we've only just got started this morning. So welcome to all of the live viewers. You are at the Secret Weapon Challenge, and we've got Tarek El Moussa and his best friend, Ronnie Skyberg. And the reason we've got Ronnie here is because we've got a special announcement for our next challenge. Ronnie, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, how you became friends with this fine gentleman, and your story and background in real estate investing, and what we might have in store.
Well, met him when I was younger, 4, 5, 6 years old. We grew up, went to high school, college together, had some struggles together in life, and our lives have always pretty much ran parallel. I went into the fire service, became a fireman. I've got 2 daughters and a wife, 2 beautiful daughters and a wife, and a beautiful wife. And ultimately, I wanted to get into the real estate world a while ago when Tarek had initially got into it about, I don't know, what would you say, Tarek, 20 years ago?
20 years ago. We were actually living, Jamil, me and Ronnie were living together right out of high school. We rented this tiny little 1-bedroom apartment. It was in this triplex.
Who got the bedroom?
Dude, we both did. We went on
Bunk
Craigslist
beds.
and we bought
Bunk beds.
6 single bunk beds. We lived on the mattresses, no sheets, 1 pillow each. We were nightmares. We were kids. But check this out. This is my first real estate experience. The building we were living in was sold. The new owner came in. He wanted to remodel the units, but we just signed a lease. And he's like, you guys got to go. We're like, we're not leaving. Long story short, me and Ronnie went to school. We came home, and that owner, he demoed our unit while we lived there. He demoed our kitchen, our bathroom. He took out the living room wall. We came home. We were sleeping at night watching cars drive by. We still wouldn't move. And then eventually we got robbed. So they stole all our stuff. Then we hired this attorney. I had to sell my motorcycle, $6,000, hired this attorney. We got no results. I refused to quit. Finally, I got another attorney, and then I got a judgment for $26,000.
Yes.
4 years later, I'm now in real estate. I randomly checked the MLS, and the property I lived in was pending. I called my title rep. I said, I need to file a lis pendens on this property. She said, you're kidding. I said, no. She's like, I'm the buyer. I'm like, no shit. You're the buyer. So it was Mary Gloss from the title company. Long story short, 4 years later, me and Ronnie got 26,000.
That's incredible. You guys finally got justice. That was a super shady move on the part of that landlord. Today, you would have actually probably got substantially more money, because I know in Southern California, the leaving fee when you want to get a tenant out, especially in, was it Orange County that you guys were in?
Yeah, we were in Newport Beach, but man, do you believe that? We literally came home from school and he demoed our house.
That's like ridiculously sad. Well, look at you guys today. If you hadn't gone through that, you probably wouldn't be. They say that every little event in your life, positive or negative, gets you to the point you're at today. So Tarek El Moussa is not Tarek El Moussa without getting his unit demolished. Ronnie does not have a beautiful wife and two beautiful girls, being having one of the most incredible careers and being a first responder. We thank you for your service in that, Ronnie. And that doesn't happen without that demo. So guys, Ronnie, you've been interested in real estate and you're trying to get your first deal, and you've been having a little bit of trouble getting that done, right? With your job and whatnot.
Yeah. So I'm starting to learn that in this, I mean, this is a game of impatiently being patient and being aggressive and educating yourself throughout the process. But I'm starting to realize that this game is almost like the fire service, and it can almost be, correlated to any type of industry, to be honest with you. So the way I look at it is I got my fire engine with a bunch of tools on it, and you call 911 and there's a fire or a medical aid or whatever I may be called out for, I have my toolbox and I can come fix the issues. With real estate investing, I'm noticing over this time period of about 9 months, would you say, Tarek, right around there?
Started dabbling about 9 months ago, really turning it on the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah. But I'm starting to realize that now these tools that I have, like a fire engine has tools, I'm realizing how to utilize the tools now. And so now I'm kind of trying to sharpen my tools, and this is why I'm here, and to continue to strive and learn and so forth. But yeah, I'm having definitely hiccups with the way the market was a few months ago to the way it is today. And just one foot in front of the other, and I'll continue to persist and move forward, and that'll turn into more motivation. So it's just
it absolutely will. It absolutely will, Ronnie. The fact is that we all need proof of concept. We need to be able to see this actually transpire, and that's what we're going to do on our next challenge. We're announcing, guys, the next challenge is going to help Ronnie get a deal challenge, and the dates for that are, I'm just going to check our. Do you have those dates handy, Emily? I've got it. It is 9/21, so September 21st to 23rd, starting at 8 a.m. Guys, mark this down on your calendars. September 21st to 23rd. Help Ronnie get a deal challenge. It's going to be the hottest challenge we've ever done because it's on fire. I'm sorry, that was a stupid dad joke. I had to do it.
I love it. I love it.
But we are going to help Ronnie get a deal, and Tarek's going to be joining me for the entire challenge, guys. So we're going to get to spend a lot of time with Tarek. We're going to get to spend a lot of time with Ronnie. We're going to go through the process that Ronnie's going to have to go through to get their first deal. And his first deal. Any of you guys watching right now that have not gotten your first deal, if you have not cracked that code yet, you're going to want to tune into that. You're going to need to tune into that because you're going to see it from start to finish. That's the beauty of this, is watching it go from the beginning right to the end. And Ronnie, we're committed to getting you a deal, and I want to be the buyer for your first deal. And so the goal is we're going to find an opportunity. We're going to get that opportunity under contract, and bro, you're going to sell that puppy to me. And then sometime later, we're going to spit out a check, and we're going to do that live for everybody to be able to see. You guys are going to watch the entire process. And maybe I'm not the buyer. Maybe Ronnie decides I don't want to pay enough, and maybe Ronnie has to go and find another buyer. What will happen? We don't know. But guys, tune into that. Mark it again in your calendar, September 21st to 23rd, starting at 8 a.m. Pacific. We're going to have this incredible challenge, and we're going to be joined by these two fine gentlemen. Guys, are there any other words of encouragement that you'd like to share with our folks that are tuning in before we get started on the challenge?
No, sir. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
All right, Ronnie, I feel it. I feel the energy, and I feel you're ready. Tarek, what do you got to say?
I got some words, man. I love talking real estate. Listen, I'm a passionate real estate investor, guys. I've been doing this for 20 years. When I started off, I was living in a garage at my mom's house, rock bottom, no money, nothing to my name, nowhere to go. It was all uphill battle. And here's the thing everybody needs to remember. Tarek El Moussa had his very first day in real estate. I didn't know what title was. I didn't know what escrow was. I didn't know what a purchase contract was. I didn't know what an ARV was. And listen, if that's you, guess what? That is every single real estate investor on the planet. We all got to start from step one. And here's what I like to say. Take it easy on yourself. This stuff doesn't happen overnight. Think about it. We go to high school. You remember high school? Everybody remembers high school. Do you remember calculus, geometry?
My gosh.
I have no idea how to do those things. But you know what the thing is in school? They make you learn it. They make you show up. They make you study. They make you pass. With real estate, no one's making you show up. No one's making you study. No one's making you pass. So treat this seriously. Treat this like school. Be your own teacher. Hold yourself accountable. And here's what happens. You show up every single day. As time goes on, you get better and better and better. And then guess what? You don't even realize you're getting better. And then one day you wake up and you realize you are a real estate investor.
That's just it. You wake up one day and all of the little wins, all of the little results that you gain from a lesson, from a cancellation, from a non-start, all of those little things compound, and guess what ends up happening? You realize it. You become the thing that you've been chasing. And guys, it is so gratifying to get there, but the journey never ends. The journey never ends. And as you see, we've had opportunities to hear from folks at the pinnacle of success, and there's folks that are just getting started. And see that? It's all the same. Ronnie, just getting started. Tarek, top of the mountain. It's all the same, and we're all here for it. We all show up. We are all here to make sure that we are putting our best foot forward to make this happen. So, guys, I salute you both. I love you guys. We are going to kick this off, and you're welcome to join us if you want. I always begin these challenges with a prayer, and the reason for that is my belief that anything and everything that you want or need in your life will find its way to you through our source. We need only seek it. Now, if that makes you uncomfortable, guys, no problem. You can mute me for the next 30 seconds because I'm going to do it anyways. But if you'd like to join me, here we go. Father God, we love you so much, Lord. Thank you for today. Thank you for opening all our eyes and giving us breath, for giving us the minds to connect and communicate with each other. God, we are so grateful for that. Lord, we ask that you make your purpose for each of our lives abundantly clear to us, so that the steps we take are your steps, the words we speak, your words, the actions we take, your actions. God, we pray that you guide us to those individuals that will be of benefit to us, either through financial gain or through a lesson we need to learn. And we pray that you deflect us from those individuals that will waste our time or bring us harm. Lord, for any of our family members here that are in need of any additional understanding of the concepts that we will teach here, God, we just pray for perfect clarity in their minds. And Lord, for any of us that are suffering through any physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual suffering, God, we just pray for perfect healing in our lives. And Lord, just a special prayer for the success of the Flipping El Moussa show for Tarek and his wife, and for ours, Triple Digit Flip on A&E. We just pray for success and to be able to affect the lives of the people who watch. And for everybody watching and tuning in on this challenge, God, we just hope that whatever it is they're seeking finds them. And Lord, it is with humble hearts and in your heavenly name we pray. Amen. Let's get it going. Come on, baby. I'm super pumped. Let's bring on our student leader for the challenge, my friend and a rising star in the Astro flipping program. Guys, before we bring him on, I want to tell you a story about this gentleman. So I meet this incredible new student in Astro flipping on one of our coaching calls, and I take immediate notice to him because week after week after week, he shows up. He shows up first in line. He shows up first in the chat. He's always got a question. He always wants to be seen. He always wants to be heard. And I can tell that his questions are coming from a place of actual study. This person is not just asking questions so that he can ask questions. He's asking questions because he's going through the work. He's doing the process. He's getting pushed forward through it. And I took notice of that. And I felt that this gentleman was going to be able to get his first deal very rapidly. And we made a bet because he was a full-time accountant at the time. He really wanted to quit his job. And we said that if he was able to get a deal before the Clever Summit, many of you guys attended the Clever Summit in Las Vegas. If he was able to get that, I would shave his face live in front of thousands of people because he was growing his beard before he got his first deal. And it just so happened that the day before his cutoff, I think it's actually the day of the cutoff where he was not going to be able to participate, he got his first deal. And now he has since quit his W-2 job. He's a full-time real estate investor. This is his first month off of his W-2. He's already got $14,000 banked for the month, and he has about 4 more deals in play for him this month. That means that he may end up with 15, at minimum 14,000, but up to upwards of $30,000-$40,000 in income on his first month out the gate. Imagine that. Imagine being able to do that for yourself. First month, coming off and getting more money in a month than a doctor. Let's bring him up. John Galan.
What's going on?
How are you, bro?
I'm good. I really appreciate that introduction.
I mean, it's deserving, dude. You are the man. You have done incredible things, and I absolutely just adore you. I think that everybody needs to know who you are. Everybody needs to hear how you operate and the eloquence in which you communicate the things that we do. And so everyone is going to get an opportunity to hear from John today and see what John's doing. But before we do that, guys, I want you to understand there are 700 people right now in the chat. 700 people. If you guys are not networking with each other, if you are not collaborating with each other, if you are not finding your match in the chat, people that you can connect with, people that you can do business with, people that can possibly fill a gap that you might have in your business right now, or be that missing link, then you are missing the point. So guys, connect with each other in the chat, share what you do, share your market, share your contact information, please. This is one of the most important parts of this, is sharing and collaborating with each other. In fact, guys, one of the more prominent networking opportunities that it will be actually in the entire fall season is coming in September. Emily, can you share with us the dates of the Scale and Escape networking event? Okay, maybe not. Guys, the dates of that networking event are September 9th to September 11th in Hollywood, Florida. Emily will put that link in the chat. I am going to personally be sponsoring 10 people to come to that event. Okay, 10 people. So the way to get entered into getting a free ticket is you purchase a ticket, you send us a screenshot of your purchase, and I will be reimbursing 10 of you randomly throughout the week. Okay, so 10 people who show up to the Scale and Escape event, I will be buying your seat. All we need to see from you is a screenshot that you have got the ticket to come to the event. Guys, if you're missing out on these networking events, you're absolutely dropping the ball. John, how important was networking for you in getting this business done?
I mean, my first deal was all from networking. It was between 2 Astro students. But after that, I mean, the last 3 deals I've done, all 3 of them have come. 2 of them I locked on myself, and I dispoed it with somebody else through networking. And then the other one was another Astro student brought me a deal in Florida, and I connected him with a buyer, and we got that done in the same day. So, I mean, you can't ever do this business by yourself. You need to network. You need to meet people. That's how you're going to meet buyers. You're going to meet, suppliers, other agents. So, I mean, the name of the game is networking. And you know what they say, right? Everybody knows the phrase, your network is your net worth. So
absolutely. Emily, if you can pin that link so people can come to the Scale and Escape event. Guys, just copy and paste that, screenshot this. Make sure that you guys show up to the Scale and Escape event. It's a very inexpensive ticket. and it'll give you guys an opportunity to meet one another, connect with each other, and find people in real life. I can tell you that this business does not happen on an island. It does not happen alone. You have to work with people. You have to collaborate with people. It's one of the most important pieces of the puzzle here. So I hope to see each and every single one of you. There's 700 people on this live stream right now. If I don't see at least half of you guys at Scale and Escape, I'm going to feel like everything I'm saying is for nothing. Wouldn't you agree, John?
100%. I'll be there.
You'll be there. Guys, the link, again, is right on the screen there. John, you have a secret weapon in your business. And I think that secret weapon is that sweet, 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 sweet beard. Actually, no, it's that voice of yours. It's the tone. It's the way that you approach your level of communication, your tonality, your cadence, the way that you, and transparency. Guys, you want to learn about how to do this business in an ethical way. In a way, if you got on a phone with somebody and then all of us, an agent, for instance, you talk to a real estate agent and they say, "Are you a wholesaler?" Or they grill you because they think that you're up to something or you're up to no good. If you ever had that conversation, if you've ever been rubbed that way by an agent, then I'm telling you, you're doing it wrong. The thing is that you can do this in such a way that you can be transparent, you can be truthful, you can be to the point and get the deal done. And John is going to teach you exactly how he accomplishes that when he's doing his agent outreach. And John, that secret weapon of yours, that capacity to connect with folks on an acquisition standpoint, I think is one of the best things. Your conversations with agents are some of the best I've heard. In fact, I would almost think I taught you.
You would think, right? Yeah. And Jamil, I mean, everything I learned was from you anyway. So I can't take all the credit because where I came from is from learning from you, listening to you. I mean, the reason why I'm even in Astro right now was because of the Secret Agent Challenge 1.0.
Yeah, tell us about that, because this is like full circle for you, right? You came to the Secret Agent Challenge, the first one we ever did, and what happened?
So I didn't know who you were. I didn't know what Astro was. I knew what wholesaling was, but I knew it from Bigger Pockets, and at that time, you know, everybody hated wholesalers in the Bigger Pockets forums. So I never thought about doing it. Then I joined like the creative finance with Pace Morby group. The day after I joined, they posted, you know, Secret Agent Challenge, you know, text agent to this number. So I did that. And then not knowing what it was, I was like, screw it. So I joined it. And then it was just your student leaders. It was like Brittany, Jonah, Michelle and Paul, Ryan Zolan, Cyrus, Byron, Jameson. And I don't think I'm missing anybody. But pretty much I was listening to that. I was like, wow, this is cool. Like I could do that. I could speak to people. And then I booked a coaching, a call with one of your reps. And next thing I know, I'm an Astro student. And I've always said to myself, like, well, after watching that, I'm going to be on one of these calls one day. I'm going to be on one of the challenges. And here we are.
You manifested it, bro. You
Yes,
put it out into the universe, and you then took the step necessary to achieve it. Guys, wishes are for bitches, okay? We need you to take work, take action, take a step forward, because that's the only way that this happens. The only way that this happens, guys. There's not a coupon code. There's you do get a discount using my link. So Emily, keep putting that link in the chat. People are asking for it. That link will secure you a discounted seat to Scale and Escape. If you're not able to get there physically, I highly recommend you buy a virtual ticket. Not showing up for this networking experience, because look, it's not only going to be Astro people at the event, Sub 2 students, TTP students, all of Kent Clothier's entire network will be there. So he's also got Ed Milet coming. He's also got Elena Cardone going, and some of the biggest, baddest wholesalers on the planet will also be there speaking at the event. And so you want to connect with all of those mentors as communities. So think about that. If you are doing deals, or if you're doing JV, it is worth your think that you pay a couple $100 for a seat. You get one deal from somebody that you met at that event, or somebody that you met in that chat, and you've 10x your investment. And then you just keep compounding that, because hopefully you make 20 or 30 friends at that event, and that turns into a deal with each and every one of them. I have made millions of dollars from my networking events, millions and millions and millions. In fact, just this last couple of days, I was at a mastermind with Grant Cardone and a swack of other influencer celebrities involved in real estate. And I can tell you from that event alone, I'm going to make $5 million this year. From that event alone, just from the people in that room. How exciting is that? How fun is that? That's what happens. That's the power of networking, the power of adding energy to your efforts. Okay, that's it. When you add energy to your efforts, you get farther. I heard this analogy shared by Elena Cardone at the mastermind. She said that a Clydesdale horse, Clydesdale, if you guys know them, those are the Budweiser horses. They got the furry feet. They're beautiful, majestic animals. They're also used to carry large loads, to pull large loads. And one Clydesdale horse on max, if it's pulling its maximum weight, can pull around 8,000 pounds. So if you put two Clydesdale horses together, you would think that the maximum weight that they could pull would be 16,000 pounds if one can pull 8,000 pounds, right? Makes sense. It's actually not the case. When you put two Clydesdale horses together, they can pull 20,000 pounds. So the effort of the two horses together makes each of them go farther than they would have alone. And that's real. That's a real life example, in the physical world of how we see collaboration working in the animal world. How do you think it would work with spiritual beings? Think of that.
I mean, that was Napoleon Hill's favorite topic, was the mastermind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's necessary to your success. Connection and networking are absolutely hand in hand with your success. So if you're not employing that into your life, you are definitely missing the point. Definitely missing the point. All right, guys, the link, Emily, keep posting the link, please. The people are asking for the link. That just needs to be available. We are going to be Hi.
I saw that question was from a Facebook user, so I don't know if they can see the chat if they're watching on Facebook. So guys, maybe come over to YouTube, Jamil's YouTube channel, and you'll see it live in the live chat over here. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Emily. You're the best. Everybody who's watching on Facebook right now, come to my YouTube channel. It'll take you a quick second to get there. www.youtube.com/Jamil Damji. Come on over. And so, hey, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, shame on you. All 700 of you, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I at least deserve the subscription for all of this time and effort and energy that we're putting into this challenge, wouldn't you say?
Damn straight.
Absolutely. So the link again, guys, is in the chat. Just scroll and you can keep asking for the link if you want the link, and we will post it in the chat over and over and over again. But I want to see each and every one of you there at Scale and Escape, September 9th to 11th. Going to be absolute. And that's actually one of the only events that you're going to see me at outside of the Bigger Pockets convention. I'm going to be missing. I'm not going to be at any networking events other than Scale and Escape and BPCon for the foreseeable future. I have way too many things on my plate right now. And so unfortunately for me, I won't be able to make many more events beyond that. So if we are wanting to meet, if you want to hang out, if you want to be a part of our posse, make sure you're there. And also, guys, I'm going to be putting on a private dinner just for folks that attended this challenge, for Astro and Sub 2 students. We're all going to get together and have a meal together. If you want to be invited to that, then you absolutely need to be included in this. So how we're going to do this, you purchase the seat, you snap the photo, you send in the screenshot, and 10 of you are going to get a free seat. So I'm going to reimburse you your seat. And then we will have a record of all of you who actually purchased. And then you'll have supper with Pace Morby and myself at one of the only networking events that we're going to be at in the fall season. So make sure you're there. Astro students, Sub 2 students, get to Scale and Escape. September 9th to September 11th. Be there or be square, like John Galan's jawline.
Can't see it. I got the beard now.
I'm super stoked. Guys, we have 700 people on YouTube. Holy moly. I think this is the most people I've ever had on a YouTube live before. So, John, give us a little rundown of what you're going to be working on with us today.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much just going to be talking about like the initial call with the agent, and then making the offers, my process, how I do it, what I look for on a listing, and then if I even decide to offer on the property or not, and why I won't. So just, a brief introduction. As Jamil said, I was a CPA. I was a CPA for 4 years. And then I was looking at everybody's tax returns, and I realized most of the rich people of returns I'm doing, they're in real estate. So I was probably in the wrong profession. I was the type of person that would just study books and read and research and not take any action for like 3 years, because I was of the mind, the more I know, the less risky it is, which is just an excuse for me not to go forward. Then I joined Astro. I took a month of watching the videos, and I decided to just take action. I joined Astro end of December. My first agent call ever was January 24th. And I mean, I learned more in that 3 months than I did in those 3 years of actually just reading stuff. I tried agent outreach. I tried wholesaler outreach. I went direct to seller. I never really liked any of them in the beginning. And then after the mastermind, which was June like 19th weekend or whatever it was, Father's Day weekend, I decided to let me hit back with agent outreach. And I absolutely fell in love with agent outreach. I've been doing it consistently since I think I quit my job June 23rd. So I've been doing it consistently since then. And it's just been game changing. I absolutely love it. I love talking to agents more than sellers. I love talking to agents more than wholesalers. And I just like having control of a contract. So that's why I prefer agent outreach. They're just a lot easier to talk to because they need you. You don't necessarily need that one agent because there's thousands out there, but they do need.
Absolutely. And with the market shifting the way it has been, these conversations have been evolving.
Yeah.
What have you seen change?
So the things that I've seen change is, I mean, the agents are more desperate. Some of the sellers are still kind of stuck on like the peak of the market. They're not really shifting. So I'll call an agent and be like, hey, it's listed at like 430. I'm getting like a 420 ARV. They're like, I agree with you 100%, but the sellers, they're just stuck on this. And they're not fighting my low offers sometimes. Other times I'll push back on a deal because I am like 115K off list. They'll say, dude, just send it to me. I have no offers right now. Just give me anything.
How far off of list price have you had deals locked up?
Furthest, right now, with the seller accepting it, was around 90,000. But the furthest where an agent was like, just give it to me, and they didn't fight me on the offer, the seller said no, was 185,000.
185K, and you didn't get yelled at. You weren't told you were a lowballer. You weren't shamed. In fact, you were asked for the offer. Think of that, guys. Like, how beautiful is this? How beautiful is that? Insane. And again, these are the results, right? You are. How much money are you spending a month on marketing, by the way?
0.
I love it. I'm gonna tee that question up every single freaking day, because those that have you buying lists, skip tracing lists, and doing all that heavy lifting, it's harder. It's harder up that mountain, guys. I'm telling you, the direct to seller hill. Whew. But if you want to get through this journey and you can still retain your chubby curves like me, where it's not heavy lifting, agent outreach, baby, it's the way to go. So you have a special tool that you use to help you really optimize your workflow and acquisitions. What's that tool?
Privy,
guys. Come on now. Who do we have from Privy with us today? Would you mind bringing him up, Emily?
There he is, the man himself.
Look at that handsome man, Benson.
Hey, guys.
Perez. What's up, bro? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing fantastic. I had an amazing weekend. I squatted up with John for a bit over the weekend. We were masterminding ourselves. We got a low-key mastermind. And, bright and early, got to the gym, and I'm here ready to rock. This is awesome. I'm just super stoked. You had Tarek here. I mean, come on.
Actually, everybody was actually asking for Benson. I was watching the chat, and they're like, "Where's Benson? Where's Benson? Where's Benson?" I think you might be the most famous guy in all the prop tech.
That would be pretty amazing. I don't think it's true, but maybe once I go to your networking event, then I can start to spread the word a little bit.
Well, incredible. Benson, I'm going to see you at Scale and Escape, right?
I'll be there.
Amazing, guys. We want to meet Benson live in person. He's going to be at the dinner with us. Make sure you get your tickets to Scale and Escape. It's going to be in the chat again. Emily, throw that link up. Benson, I heard that you provided a special discount to people who still don't have Privy and are going to see the magic and the power of that tool for everybody who's on the Secret Weapon Challenge. Would you mind telling us what that is?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you that are a little late to the game, or those of you that, decided that you might try it on your own and maybe figure it out over time and canceled your account, I'm giving you an opportunity to come back at a discount. So we're going to be 20% off for your first month. If you sign up for Privy, that's going to include some live training that we're going to do specifically for the Secret Weapon Challenge participants. And then I'm also going to give you guys an opportunity to get in on the annual plan at a 20% discount, but also including access to the coaching bundle, where you're going to get the exact path to success that I used to start doing deals virtually in St. Louis from Colorado, including my coaching calls. So that basically wrapping that in for free, all for the annual plan pricing, which is in the link as well.
Amazing. Guys, if you haven't heard already, if you've been under a rock, Privy is the most powerful tool. I know Pace was using it in his Elephant Challenge. I've been using it since the beginning of the Secret Agent challenges. And it's my secret weapon. Privy is my secret weapon. Many of our students are getting incredible results using Privy. It is by far the most incredible tool for acquisitions, finding buyers and dispositions, as well as finding deals. Yes. It scrapes for deals, and most importantly, comping, because what you're going to find, guys, is that right now with the market turning, many of your buyers are wanting to see pendings in the comp, and Zillow doesn't do it. Batch doesn't do it. Nothing is going to show you pendings, but Privy will. Privy will. And so you can actually see where the market is at right now, so that when you're delivering your wholesale deal to your buyer, you can show them a pending comp. I'm telling you right now, that's a game changer. It's the reason why our volume at Keegley hasn't dropped, why we're still pounding deals through the door, because we can paint a picture to our buyer which proves to them where value will be now, because all the fix and flip buyers right now are wondering, is the market going to turn 10%, 7%, 5%? And then I need to make sure that I'm baking in my profit margin so that I don't do this flip and lose my money. And I've got to keep my crews busy, because if I don't keep them working, they're all going to walk off and go find other jobs. And so fix and flippers are in this very interesting situation right now, where in order to keep their capacity, in order to keep their businesses going, they have to do business. Some of those deals they may not make a tremendous amount of money on. But if you can base your comps off pendings as well as closed, you're going to find that your capacity to sell more deals is going to be incredibly more powerful. So, guys, the code is SWC2022. That's the promo code if you're signing up for Privy to get the 20% off. If you already have Privy, amazing. You are holding on to one of the most powerful subscriptions that you would ever have in this business. And stay tuned for the rest of the challenge, because John's going to show you how to use it like a ninja. Benson is going to be here throughout the challenge if John has any questions. Thank you so much for your time, Benson. Just hang out with us in case John needs it.
Awesome.
John.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Been ready.
You know that movie, what was it? With Eminem?
8 Mile?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're Rabbit, bro.
I'll be Rabbit. And this is the final battle.
Take it away.
First, I want to talk about the concept of making offers. You really want to get the KPI you want to meet is 5 offers a day, which is 25 offers a week, which is 100 a month, right? However, I've gone days where I've made 0 offers, and that was intentional. So I look for a quality of offer instead of just a quantity of offer. Okay. And what's quality versus quantity? If I'm $195,000 below list price and it's been listed for like 35 days, I'll still call the agent and let them know, hey, I'm here, but I don't want to, first also you have to see how kind of they react to it. If they're like, dude, that's so low. No, I know. That's why I'm not offering right now. I'm going to give it like 2 weeks or so. And then if it's still listed, I'm going to shoot out my offer. So now 2 weeks pass and it's still listed. You send out that offer again. they're not even going to give you any pushback on it. They're like, all right, cool, because they were expecting it. They already knew your number. Okay, so that's one thing. I pull back on some properties. The next thing is challenge the price. If it's listed at like 350 and you're getting an ARV of like 345, 350, and it's clearly not remodeled, call up the agent and be like, hey man, listen, I ran the numbers on this. I'm getting an ARV of only like 345, 350. I see it's listed at 350. How'd you price this? Was this based on CMAs or is this based on what the seller wants? And then they'll either come back and be like, no, it was based on CMAs, or no, I agree with you. It's just what the seller wants. They're like kind of stuck on the price. If they say it's based on CMAs, ask them to send you the CMAs. And then you could kind of look at what they're using, and then you could call them back and be like, hey, I can't use these. This is 2002. We're built in 1946, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So challenge the price. They might even give you something and you might have missed a comp, and the ARV might actually be higher. So that's another thing why you want to ask for the CMA if your ARV is the list price or really close to it. And it also looks like, hey, I'm admitting I could be wrong. So it breaks down their walls a little bit. One thing agents hate more than anything, they hate what they believe are super low offers. So when I call an agent about a property, yeah, I'm interested in that property, but that's not my main objective of calling that agent. My main objective is to build a relationship with them so I could get 3 or 4 pocket listings from them 2, 3, 4 months from now. That's where I really want. I want their pocket listings. I'll call them on a listing to make an offer for a potential deal, but mostly it's just a better icebreaker than me cold calling an agent. I'll call an agent on a deal that I don't even plan on offering. I'll ask questions about it. And then I'll just be like, hey man, listen, like I ran the numbers. I really think this is going to be more for an owner occupant instead of an investor. So I'm just not going to offer on this one. But if you get anything else that's in a more dated or distressed condition, please keep me in mind and send it to me before it hits the market. Boom. You didn't waste their time. They probably would have told you that they just got a bunch of lowball offers. So they appreciate you not offering on that property. Like I said, quality over quantity. Some days I'll go 10 offers. Some days I'll go 0 offers. Some days I'll do 2. Last week, I submitted 20 offers. I got 4 accepted. So that's pretty solid, right? And out of those 4, 3 of those were pocket listings that an agent brought me that I did not offer on the original property I called them for. So another thing, if you see that you called a listing and then they sold it and you call them back, congratulate them. Call them up, be like, hey, I called you originally about a month ago on 30th Street. I see it just sold like last week. I just want to say congratulations. They'll be like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Awesome. Do you happen to have anything else I could look at that's in similar or worse condition? Boom. Already, they like you. You congratulated them. So that's kind of the concept I do. And you'll see it as I am calling agents and making offers today. Another thing, I'll tell you what I look for when I pull up a listing. So my main points that I look for that I speak to agents on, because one thing I do is I never comp a property before I have that conversation with the listing agent. Because if I call as a listing agent 5 times, they never answer me. I wasted 5 minutes of comping a property. So I don't comp until I ask the questions and I speak to the agent so they know who I am. I also never offer on a property unless I speak to the listing agent. I don't send out blind offers like that. I want to build a rapport first. So first thing I look for is start from the top. Was there any price cut? Then I look for, is there an HOA? Then I read the description. What's their 4 points? Does it tell me their age of the roof, HVAC, water heater, electrical panel? Does it tell me if it's leased? If it does, when does the lease end? I look at the days on market. I look at the views. Then I look at, did it go pending before or not? And then I ask them about the pictures, if they're up to date on the interior, and an open house. So price cuts. Why do I look for price cuts? If it decreased like 10K in the past, like 2 weeks ago, hey, I see that you just cut the price by 10,000. Are you getting a lot more activity now on the new list price, or are you just getting more inquiries? They'll tell you, yeah, we're getting a lot more activity, but we haven't had any solid offers yet. Okay, cool. HOA. Are there any HOA restrictions? Do I have to hold it for a certain period of time before I could flip it? Do I have to hold it for a period of time before I could rent it out? If I rent it out, what's the minimum lease term? Description. Does it tell you the age? If it doesn't, ask about the age of the roof, HVAC, water heater, electrical panel. If it's leased, ask them when's the lease end. Is it month to month, or does it end in 2023? If it ends next year or it's more than 30 to 45 days, I pitch them creative. I don't ever make a cash offer. I tell them, hey, you know, with them being in there, I can't do any work to the property. So I can't offer on this with a private money offer. Otherwise, I'm just going to be paying them interest the whole time without ever remodeling it or refinancing out. So, you know, would the seller, being an investor, be open to maybe getting on the phone call with you and I, and we could maybe discuss some sort of creative option? Boom. Days on market and views. How many days on market is it? If it's closer to 30 days, the seller might still not be as desperate as if it's closer to 80 days. So also you want to know if it's closer to 30 days, you could push it out. Let's say you lock it up. You could push it out to your end buyer, but you want to be at very least 30K below list. That pushing it out to them. So your wholesale price has to be at least 30K below list if it's 30 to like 45 days on market. Even if your MAO is, let's say it's listed at 220, but your MAO comes back at 215, you still want to then just subtract at least 40K, 50K below list price on that one, or else you're going to have a real hard time selling that because it's not moving at that price right now. So they want to see a discount. If it's more like 50 days plus on market, I mean, you probably want to have at least like a $60,000 difference between list price. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I've had people send me deals where it's listed at 230, been on market for 54 days, and they send it to me. They have it locked up at 210. I'm like, listen, even if the numbers make sense, I probably won't be able to sell this. No buyer's going to want it that close to list. So that's why days on market is very important. Views. If there's only 800 views and it's been listed for 54 days, maybe there's something wrong with the property. Who knows? Or maybe nobody's finding it. But still ask, like, hey, you know, it's been 54 days. There's not that too many views. Like, are you getting a lot of calls on the property? And you kind of just gauge, like, what's the story with it? Then the agent will just spill the beans. Pendings. Has it gone pending before? If it's gone pending before, ask about that. Hey, I see that it went pending 3 or 4 times. Why did it fall through? Was it buyer financing that fell through? Or, kind of what happened? I'm just trying to understand the story here. So they'll let you know, oh, yeah, we had 3 FHA offers. They couldn't obtain financing. All right, cool. Now, when you ask them about price cuts and they say, yeah, we have an offer on the table. It's another FHA. You think they're going to want to take an FHA offer when they just canceled 3 of them? No. So even if you're 40K below that FHA, they'll probably want to go with you. One thing that I know that I just started recently doing the last month is if there's an open house on the property, if it's listed 40 days, right, or whatever, you're calling on it. It's a Friday or Thursday. They have an open house on a Saturday, right? I'll call them up. I'll ask the questions. I'll comp it. I'll get my buy price. If I'm more than 50, 60, 70K below list, I'll call up the agent. I'll be like, hey, so I ran the numbers, I don't give them my specific price. If I'm at 180, I'll be like, hey, I ran the numbers. I'm going to have to be in like the high ones for this one, closer to 2, but mostly in the high ones for this to work for me. However, I do see that you have an open house coming up this Saturday. I'm going to wait to offer on the property. I'll call you back on Tuesday, check in to see if you got any activity from the open house. And if not, then I'll send over my offer to you on Tuesday. I had an agent. I did that exact method to her. She had the open house Sunday. I followed up with her Tuesday. She said, I had no offers. Would send me your offer. My offer was $110,000 below list price. She was like, thank you. Just send it to me, please. So that's another way. If you're super low, you tell the agent, hey, I'm waiting. They have the open house. If they get no activity from an open house and they've had no offers before, they don't care at this point. Your offer, even if it's 150K below list, is still something they could present to sell it. So I would also recommend looking if there's an open house and then talking about that and not offering till after. And the last thing is the pictures. Are these pictures up to date? I don't have MLS access. I'm looking on Zillow. Are these pictures up to date? Oh, no, that was before the tenant moved in. Oh, so there's a tenant. Okay. When's the lease end? Is it month to month or, oh no, the lease ends 2023. Oh, okay. Oh no, the lease is ending in end of September. Oh, okay. Oh no, the lease is ending in December. Okay. So I'll follow up with you in November. And cause I don't buy properties when there's tenants in place, unless we could do this creatively. Boom. So that's what I look for when I'm looking at the listing before I even call the agent. So I look at all those factors. and then I kind of get the questions ready in my head, and then I just flow with the conversation after that. And then if they tell me the age of the roof, I need those for my offers. Then I run the numbers, and then I call them back up. And if I'm super low, I'll be like, hey, listen, I'm too low on this one. I'm not going to make this. What else you got? So that's kind of what I do. That's my process. I'm going to do a little differently today. I already comped all these addresses. I picked 25 from Privy. Took me about 15 minutes to find 25 addresses I wanted to run numbers on and call agents on. And then I comped them all last night and this morning. So I'm going to call some agents. There are some offers I'm going to make. My goal is if I'm 100K or more, I'll call the agent and let them know. If I'm less than 100K, I'll probably just shoot them the email. And I'll say, this is what I say in my emails when I send them the offer. So first I attach an offer sheet, which I'll show when I share my screen, and I attach my proof of funds. And then in the body of the paragraph, I say, hey, blank, please see attached from my offer sheet on address. I ran the numbers with my team, and based on the ARV we came up with, along with the way the market and interest rates are going right now, I would need this property at or around the asking price, or at or around the price, the number stated, in order for this deal to make sense for me. Thank you, John. So that's kind of what I do when I send them an email. Can I share my screen?
Yes, of course you can.
All right. I just click this little button right here, right?
Yep, the little share button.
All right, perfect. Now, before I start, does anybody have a quick question about what I just spoke about? If you do, just put it in the chat. Let's share this one. Can everybody see my screen? Oh, there we go. No volume. Can you hear me?
Yep, you're
Okay.
golden.
Okay, cool. All right, so pretty much what I did is I set up searches. So I'm in Orlando, St. Pete, and Tampa, right?
So, John, real quick, you're working primarily in Orlando, St. Pete, and Tampa.
Correct.
So, guys, any of you guys doing deals in Florida, make sure you've connected with John. We're going to have John's contact information. There you go, right on the screen. Follow John in whatever his socials are. You don't have IG, bro? Oh, you do? Yeah.
No, I have IG. I just haven't made a post yet. So
Okay.
That's not a fake account. That is me. I just haven't made a post.
Bro, stop that.
I know.
Guys, follow him. Take his phone number down here. Make sure you're connecting with John. Just real quick, I just got off the phone with Kent Clothier. He said 5 people have signed up for Scale and Escape. We've got 800 of you on the live right now, and 5 of you guys have taken that, and he's almost sold out of seats. So I would not sleep on that. Go get that seat. John, take it away.
All right, let's do it. So what are the filters that I set up when I'm looking on Privy? I saw somebody said, how do you find the deals on Privy? So let's just say I'm looking in Tampa. I click surrounding areas, fixing flip. Right now in Tampa and St. Pete, we want to be at around 60% of ARV. In Orlando, we want to be around 55%. I don't really want price over 500, so I'll cap it at 5. Square footage, I know none of my buyers want to buy less than 9. They want a minimum of 2 beds, minimum of 2 baths. No HOA is preferred. And then year build. My buyers don't want to be less than 1940. I also don't want to go more than 2005 because I'm not really trying to get to these like clean move-in ready properties because that's not what we're trying to wholesale. Days on market, I'm going to do in at least 35. And then I'll just click run search. Well, first I saved it and I saved it as Tampa active. So now I just have to go to my save searches right here, click Tampa, and it'll just automatically run. And then I just go down the line and I kind of look, oh, what does this one look like? It's got pictures. So this is kind of what I do. I just sift through the pictures. If I find that it's dated or distressed, we still have not gotten inside yet. Hold on. There we go. I'll just look at the pictures inside. If it looks like it's a little dated, like if it's got Formica countertops, I'm 100% calling that property. But then I'll just take down the address and I'll kind of throw it into a sheet where I just put down all the addresses I want to call on. And then once I get like 20, 25 addresses, I'll go ahead and I'll find the agent's information. So this one's listed by Melanie, right? I'll Google her name.
The time is noon.
There's my
It's
Google
time
Home.
for lunch. Hope you're having a good day, Adriana and John.
Thank you. Okay. And what does she work for? Signature. I never call the number that's on Zillow, that's on the office number for the agent. I always try to find their cell phone number, and I just Google them and their company. And then I look through. Some of them, they'll have them on Zillow. Some will have on Realtor.com. And then I'll just copy this, put it in a sheet, and then do that 25 times for all of the addresses. And then I'll import it into my CRM, and the CRM I use is Close. So let me pick up one of the addresses that I already comped. Let's just start from the top of my list. All right, so this one listed 82 days. You look inside. Does this one look like it's a little dated to you guys? Yeah, I mean, look at those counters, right? So this one I'm calling. So I did exactly what I did. I ran the numbers on this. So if this was the process I would be doing originally, what I would be doing is I would not have ever ran the numbers yet. So I would call the agent. And let me just pull it up on Zillow too. All right, so this is the first call. So if you guys can't hear the agent, please let me know so I know that you guys can't hear the conversation.
I'll pop on here for support, but I'm sure it'll be great.
All right, awesome. All right, now my computer's being slow, so I'll give it a second.
I'm excited. I know it's probably because you're sharing your screen, but it's totally.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard you make a call. I'm so ready for this.
So first thing, price cut, 9,000. Okay. Then no HOA. Does not say anything about a lease. It does not say anything about the 4 points, the roof, HVAC, whatever. It's not actually 18 days. They took the listing down. So, 82 days on market. What else is there? There's no HOA, nothing on the description. I don't see it going pending before. I kind of filter through both Privy and Zillow all the time. Pending. Okay, went pending once. No open house. And now I got to ask about these pictures. So let's call her. Cherry.
Hello?
Hi, is this Cherry?
Who's that calling?
Hi, Cherry. My name is John. I was calling you about your listing on Dartmouth Avenue.
Oh, yes. We got a contract this morning.
Uh-huh.
But we still take a backup.
Oh, you said
Seller will not sell lower than 250.
lower than 250. Okay. You said you have an offer. You said you had an offer on the property already that got accepted?
Yes, because it's not very good offer. Like a financial type, it's not very good, but it's 250. So seller accept.
Oh, so it's a 250 FHA offer, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Okay, let me just 250 FHA. All right. Well, I still have to kind of run the numbers. If it's not under contract just yet, I could still submit a backup offer. I'm going to be cash or private money on this one.
Sure. The FHA still have a 7 days inspection. You never know.
Right, exactly.
It might back up.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
Would you be
you could have submitted up.
okay?
That's
Before I submit the offer, though, I did have a couple of questions on the property, if you don't mind.
Just go ahead.
Okay. So I was reading the description. I didn't see anything about the age of the roof, HVAC, and water heater. I was wondering, do you know how old those are?
We don't know. I'm sorry. Because the seller has so many properties in St. Pete, we don't have this kind of information.
Okay. Okay. The pictures that I'm seeing on Zillow, those are up to date, correct? It's currently vacant and
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna run the numbers on this one, kind of see where I need to be. I know you have an accepted offer already, but maybe I could come in closer. Now, the last thing I wanted to see before I let you go was, do you happen to have anything else I could take a look at that's in like similar or worse condition?
I don't have. I mean, if your offer is lower 250, don't submit. Don't waste the time. The seller will not sell lower than 250.
Oh yeah, no. Since he's already got an accepted offer at 250, I won't waste either of our times if I'm not getting near there. So that's also why I wanted to see if you had anything else that I could take a look at that's either listed or coming soon.
I don't have right now. I have a lot. Maybe the seller gonna just like a lower price a little bit.
Oh, you said you have a lot of them?
I have a lot, like a vacant lot property.
In St. Pete?
Yes.
Yeah, we're kind of stepping away from vacant lots right now just because of how expensive it is with new builds. So if you get any single family homes or small multi that's in a dated or distressed condition, I'd love for you to keep me in mind.
Sure. Let's see this one. If we can make one deal, then later, if I have any off market, I will send it to you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and if I can't work for this one, I'll just let you know. Again, I'm not going to waste your time with a low offer.
Sure. Just send me a text message, okay?
Yeah, I'll text you my name and my email.
Thanks.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. I kind of threw me for a loop. I did not expect them to have an accepted offer. An accepted offer. So now I take notes. So after I kind of speak to the agent, I take some notes on what I just heard. So when I do follow up with them, I don't have to refresh my memory. I'll just type in like keywords like, oh, if she said she was sick, I put like had COVID. So first thing I say is, hey, how you feeling? Hope everybody's well in your family. So I don't even talk to them about business yet. So like she right now has an accepted offer, FHA at 250. And she said that in a week she'd get the inspection. So what I'm going to do is I'll follow up with her in a week. I will get back to her and say, hey, I'm not going to be able to beat that 250 offer without telling her my price, because I know my offer price would be 169, max 179. So I'm not going to tell her that. I'm just going to say, hey, listen, I can't beat the 250. I'm not going to offer on this property. However, I will follow up with you next week to make sure nothing fell through with the FHA offer. 50 in a week. Let me just add the follow up so I don't forget to do that. That's next week. I'll do next Tuesday. All right. Let's do the next one. Everybody heard everything clearly, right?
Yes, it was perfect.
Sweet. All right, who's next? Let me see this one. Let me pull it up. All right, so this is another one. This one is when I ran ARV, this is a lot of speculation, but I just pretty much, like, if you go to comps. So for new people so for 169, it's because I had an ARV of 299 on that one, and I took 60% of that, which is 179. If you're not too proficient in comping, Mahmoud on Thursday, right? He's going to do all comping and, new things. Mahmoud is a beast when it comes to comp. So definitely want to tune in on Thursday if comping is one of your weak points. So first thing though is The box, I don't usually use the box. I kind of just draw. So I'm over here. This is a major road. And then I just stay in here. And you want to look plus or minus 10 years of build generation. You really want to stay within 5, but you can. John, you use turnkey properties to comp. No, I try to find an actual like flip property, but if there are none, probably not going to make sense for me to offer on. I'll just tell them like I don't see any unless you get it at a super deep discount. But I usually don't offer on those too much unless it's motivation, a lot of motivation. I kind of don't want to do comps right now because I don't want to waste time. I just want to make calls.
Yeah, if you already have it comped, we're gonna go over comps on Thursday, guys.
Okay.
So let's just watch John do
Yeah, I
these
just want to
calls
bang out as
and
many calls as possible right now.
yeah, let's go.
All right. So this one down
I'll use that.
19,000. Down 19,000, right? How many days on market? 103 days on market. Price is firm. Sure it is. We'll see. Values in the land. They always say values in the land, and then they overvalue the property. Okay, I don't see anything. So no HOA. I don't see anything about the roof, the HVAC, right? So I'm going to ask about that. What else am I looking for? The pictures, are they up to date? I mean, this looks like, hopefully it's not worse than this. And has it gone pending before? So let's see, has it gone pending? Yeah, they always say price is firm, and then they tell you they have like, oh, we have 20 offers by asking price. Well, how come they haven't accepted any of those yet? 101 days, 1,400 views. I know why it's in a weird location, but I'm just going to ask. It's never been pending. All right, let's call.
Hello, this is Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Yes.
Hey, Laura. My name is John. I was calling you about your listing on North 25th Street.
Yes.
Hey, I had
I'll
a
help you
couple.
with it.
I had a couple questions on the property. Is now a bad time to speak?
Hold on just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Just know that the seller's not motivated. She's not taking any lowball offers.
Okay, if she's not motivated, is this an investment property, or why is she trying to sell?
No, her mom lives there, and unfortunately, her mom is going to be eventually moving to another state, and she's just gonna see what she can get for it before she actually moves.
So now, what if in another scenario, what if it doesn't sell at the price? What are they going to do? Are they going to hold on to it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I haven't ran the numbers on this one just yet. I just wanted to kind of ask some questions first. I noticed that there was a price cut in the end of June. I was wondering, were you getting a lot more activity once you reduced the price, or was it just more like questions about the property?
Well, no, we had got a cash offer that was willing to close in a short period of time. And unfortunately, like I explained to her, most of the time when we get those type of offers, they want to do an inspection and then they turn around and drop the price even more. So I explained that to her, but unfortunately, she wanted to try it out, and she did. And then once that happened, she was like, "Okay, I'm not dropping the price any more than that."
Right.
And
Right.
That's where she stopped.
Okay. Now the pictures that I'm seeing so I'm on Zillow because I don't have MLS access. So the pictures I'm seeing, those were like 100 days old, right? Those are as up to date as the listing, or are those?
That was, yes. The mother was living there at that time.
Okay. The brother was, and now the mother is.
The only pictures you don't. The mother. It wasn't the daughter. The mother is living there. The daughter is the one who owns the property. Got it.
Okay. And you said the only pictures I don't have are which ones?
The lot. The lot on the next street over that's attached to the property.
Okay. Now that's it's a different lot number, so there's 2 separate lots in the 245.
Well, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's a different lot, but it's the same folio number. But if you notice, they have their own lot number. Yes.
Okay, got it. All right. Do you currently have offers on the table right now, or it's just pretty quiet?
It's been quiet only because she's not taking any lowball offers.
Gotcha. And do you happen to know the age of like the roof, HVAC, water heater, electrical panel?
Yes, I think I have a self-disclosure, so I can forward it to you if you request it.
Awesome.
Just send me your email.
Yeah, I'll text you my name and my email. All right, so I'll run some numbers on this one, kind of see where they're telling me I need to be at. But in the meantime, do you happen to have any other properties that are in like a similar or even worse condition I could take a look at?
Not at the moment, I don't.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll run them. If I'm not near the list price, I won't even waste your time. I'll just let you know, and then I'll just keep checking in on you every 3 weeks or so. Is that cool?
All right, that's fine. No problem.
Well, I appreciate your time today.
All right, thank you.
Take care. Gotta text the other one my information. 1 second. I will follow up with her tomorrow. I should wait. I forgot I'm supposed to be making offers right now. This one I'm not making an offer on. I am not at list price. I'll give her some time too to breathe, and then I'll call her back. Today's the 15th, right? All right, let's go back. Who's next on the list? There is one I want to call. Let's call this one. This one I think has a lease in place. So I kind of want to pitch creative to this agent and see what she says. And again, all these addresses I found on Privy in like 15 minutes, I think. I just did my searches. I went through Tampa. I went through St. Pete, and then I went through Orlando. No price decrease. Rented out. Look, lease ends May 31st, 2023. New roof, new AC. Okay. Pictures. I got to see, are the pictures before the tenant moved in or right now with the tenant in place? I'm assuming with the tenant because there's a lot of stuff. And did it go pending before? I don't think this one did. Oh, it did. All right. Well, let's ask the questions. Who is this one?
I'm excited for this one.
Let's see. So I'm not going to pitch. So this is what I do.
Okay.
I'm not a sub-2 student, so I don't pitch terms. I get them interested in getting their sellers on the phone with me, them, and the sub-2 student. So that's
cool.
I usually wind up getting meetings scheduled between me, the agent, the seller, and the sub-2 student.
I love that. That is so awesome. That's the power of these communities, guys. If you're interested in Astro flipping, I'll throw the link. But, it's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
John, take it away.
Let's do it. All right. Let's see what she says. I'm going to ask questions first. I'm not just going to come in and be like, hey, do they want to take, are they interested in creative deals? First, I'm going to ask about the property, like I'm interested. And then I'll say, oh, I see the lease. So let's see if she answers. Ursula.
Good afternoon.
Hi, I was looking for Ursula.
She's not available. Your message?
Yeah, tell her my name is John. I was interested in her listing on 9436 7th Avenue.
Okay. Are you a realtor?
No, I'm an investor.
Okay, can you give me a second? I think she's coming out.
Okay.
Hold on. Sir,
Yes.
yes, if you can, if the property is still available, she asked me to ask you to send her a text with your name and the questions, and she'll respond to you in a few minutes.
She wants me to send her a text with all my questions.
Oh, no, if there's a lot of questions, I'll have her call you back.
Yeah, please. That'd be better.
Yeah, the name and number, I'll have her get back to you.
All right. I'll shoot you a text on this number right now with my name, and I'll be looking forward to the call.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't text that.
You want me to send all my questions?
She asked me if her own property was still listed.
I know. I was so confused about that whole thing.
Yeah, so was I. When a guy answered Ursula's phone, I was like, "Do I have the wrong number?"
And then he was like her little assistant.
I know. That's
That is
usually
so
whenever
funny.
they say just text me the questions, I'll be like, all right, you want me to email them? I can list them out for you.
Right?
I'll call you later.
Hopefully she'll call us back.
I hope so. There's another one I have slated for this too.
Cool.
These people. I've called this agent before. They're not the easiest to deal with, but let's give it a shot.
Ooh, fun.
Okay, the reason why I'm pitching creative on this one, there's not too many comps in the area. There's not too many recently flipped. They did do the work, and it's just not going to make sense for a cash offer anyway. So let's give it a shot. Where is he? It's been more than 2 days now.
Hello, this is Scott.
Hey, Scott, how are you doing? My name is John. I was calling you about your listing on 1713 First Avenue.
Yeah.
Hey, I had a couple questions on the property. Is now a bad time to speak?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, of course. So first things first, I see that there was a price cut 10 days ago. I was just wondering, have you gotten a lot more activity at the new list price, or is it just more inquiries than offers?
More activity for sure, which has been a good thing. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you guys currently have offers in place that the seller is entertaining?
In place, yes, but he's entertaining, no.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm assuming those are investor offers that he is thinking is too low.
Most assuredly, yes.
Okay. All right. I see that there's also been a new roof put on the property. Do you happen to know the age of like the HVAC, water heater, and electrical?
Not off the top of my head. Yeah, the roof was done probably now 2 months ago.
Okay.
Electric, it's not Federal Pacific. It is the GE electrical. I know that exactly when. I'm not sure. Water heater probably has a little age on it, but it certainly works just fine.
Okay.
HVAC, I'm not sure. It's clean, but I don't know. Off the top of my head, I apologize.
Gotcha. So I'm looking at the pictures inside. These are up-to-date pictures, right? Or it's not tenant occupied or anything like that?
It is not tenant occupied, no.
Okay, awesome. Was this an investment property, or just like a fix and flip, or was this their personal residence they fixed up and decided to sell?
It was one that he ended up working towards with the intent of resale.
Intent of a resale. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
I was living there before. They use it as a residence.
Okay, got it. Does he have another place to live already?
He does. Yeah.
All right. Well, so I was running the numbers on this one. I wasn't really finding too many like recently flips in the area. So for a cash offer, I don't think it's going to make sense for me to come in with cash. So I did want to kind of suggest something to you, kind of see how you felt about it. So for our rentals, we usually buy our rentals all utilizing creative strategies. So I was kind of wondering, do you think your seller would be interested in having a conversation about creative?
When you say creative, what do you mean by that?
So, I mean, yeah, we could go about this in a couple of ways. You know, the most common are usually like seller financing, or if there's a mortgage, you know, we could kind of assume the mortgage and then talk about the remaining equity, you know, if they want to get ballooned out, or there's a lot that goes into it. Now, I'm personally not the creative guy. My partner is, but I usually get the introductory calls going, and we usually work something out through those.
Gotcha. There is no mortgage on it. He did take cash when he bought it, and then all the updates paid cash for it as well. So there is no mortgage on it at this time.
Okay. Would you be able to see if he's open? Because we're able to go up higher on price when we're able to come up in terms. So would you be able to see if your seller is interested in having that conversation?
Sure.
Awesome. And I
I
mean,
can do that.
if he is, then we could just, you know, get a call scheduled with you, your client, and then me and my partner, and we could kind of hammer out all the details over the phone and see if we can make something work.
Okay, that would be fine. I am driving. Would it be possible for you to text me your contact information and everything to
Of course.
the same number as my cell phone?
Yeah, I'll shoot you a text with my
And that
name
way-
and my email.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time. Oh, and before I let you go, do you happen to have any other properties that are like a similar or worse condition to this one that I could take a look at too?
Similar condition, there's one in Sanford,
Okay.
and it's 2715 Sanford Avenue
All right.
in Sanford.
Let me just quickly pull it up while I have you on the phone, just to make sure I'm looking at the right one.
Sure.
That's all right. Sorry, my computer's being a little slow. Is it listed for $249?
It is.
All right. This one might be too clean for us. I'm gonna take a deeper look into this one once we get off the phone, and I'll let you know on that one. All right.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Let me text him my information. Great speaking to you. My information is below on the land, and then my email. So now, if I don't hear back from him, I'll give it a week. I don't like to. Usually, I follow up with an agent on a property every 3 days or so. But when I pitch creative like that, I give them a week because I still have to have that conversation, and I don't want to rush them into this because it is a sticky situation. So I just give it a week, and then I follow up and say, hey, you know, I just wanted to check in. Have you had that conversation with your client yet? Are they open to, you know, getting on a phone call?
The chat is blowing up about that call. They loved it.
You guys liked it?
They love your approach to creative too.
Yeah, and I always pitch like I don't know what I'm doing, so I can't give you terms because I'm not the guy. My partner's a creative strategist. You're muted, Jamil.
Sorry, I was muted. You just saw squatting up in real time. See, what John is doing is he's teeing up an opportunity for a sub-2 student, right? So all of you Astro students and all of the sub-2 students in the chat right now, if you guys aren't having babies, having real estate babies, you're messing up.
Yeah.
Like connect. See, an Astro student, a sub-2 student, you guys connect the dots with each other. And then when the Astro student has a possible creative deal, he just tees up you sub-2 guys. And boom, you knock them out of the park. That's how it's done.
Yeah.
You just did a creative deal like that, John.
What happened?
You just did a creative deal like that.
Yeah, I have 2 right now, sub-2 deals that we're just waiting. We have another meeting with the seller, well, the ex-wife, the ex-husband, the agent, tomorrow at 11. And then I have another one where they forwarded my email to an attorney to review, and that's just strictly a sub-2 deal. But what I also do is I usually only work with one sub-2 student and his team. So I created a Google Drive that I shared with him. So I have a potential tab and then a confirm tab. So all the potential deals that I pitched where they might be interested, I put on one side. And then kind of once I confirm that they're interested, I'll get the 4 pillars from the agent and any other notes like about the mortgage, about, all specifics. And I'll put it in the tab. So when I have that call with a sub-2 student, I'm like, hey man, go to the tab. We're going to be talking about the one I highlighted blue. We have a nice 5-minute conversation before, and then I call up the seller and the agent. And then I just let them take over the phone call and I don't say a word. I introduce them and then I stop.
Dude, that is masterful. Masterful. See, we are allowing the people who do the thing that they understand the best to do the thing that they understand the best, right? There's nobody in the creative finance game better than my brother Pace Morby. And he has trained literal assassins to get out there and get this done. And there's nobody better at the agent game than me. I'm telling you guys, there's absolutely no one better at I built an entire nationally franchised company off of my strategies. Nobody else has done that. Nobody else has done 5,000 plus transactions with real estate agents alone. I have. And I'm telling you that there's nobody out there that can get this done like Astro peeps. So all of you sub-2 folk out there, make sure you guys are connecting with the Astro folk and you guys make bigger communities, bigger opportunities. Go crush it. Go make the money. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. And crap, I just brain farted.
It's all good.
Oh, and if the agent's like, I'm not getting unless it's sub-2 where you're just strictly just taking over the mortgage, if it has anything to do with terms or down payments or anything like that, if the agent's like, I'm not getting my seller to send me an offer, the way I kind of handle that objection is I'm like, well, listen, like I don't have an offer right now. We usually don't have one until after that initial conversation and we find out what like the seller wants, their needs, their financial situation is. And then we kind of come up with 3 or 4 different options based on that initial conversation. But for me to give you an offer, it just won't make sense because I don't even have one right now.
It's great. I mean, first and foremost, even getting real estate agents to give you their seller's contact information, dude, that's like, you don't even understand how incredibly smart that is and how you're weaponizing agent outreach right now. You know that, right?
I think I have a feeling now.
Guys, is John's secret weapon not incredible? I would say so. Emily, I'm good. You can take me.
All right, so I want to actually make an offer on something. So this one, I'm $70,000 below list on this. So no, I don't ask to speak with the agent, their client directly. I just tell the agent like, hey, listen, can we get on a phone call with you and the seller so we could kind of, move forward on this transaction. If they're like, oh, I don't feel comfortable, no worries. If you don't feel comfortable, we don't have to go down this route. It's just an alternative. But first, see if they're even interested. If they are, then we could discuss, how we'll do the conference call. But regardless, I want you on the call. I never want to speak to your seller without you because you are representing them. All right, let's call Billy Joe. Where is she? Crap, I didn't even read the description.
Hello, this is Billy Joe.
Hi, Billy Joe. My name is John. I was calling you on your listing on 30th Street North.
Yes.
Hey, I have a couple questions. Is now a bad time to speak?
No, it's fine.
Awesome. Okay. Well, first off, how was your weekend?
Good.
Good. I'm glad to hear
Quick.
that. Quick, you said?
Yeah, too quick.
Too quick. I know. Usually is, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I won't take up too much of your time. I am interested in the property. First thing is, I noticed there was a price cut at the end of July. I was wondering, at the new list price, are you getting a lot more activity, or are you just mostly still just getting inquiries, not too many offers?
No, we have had a lot of activity, And what we just discovered too, because last week we finally, because everybody just kept coming in the house. As you see, are you a realtor? Did you see the listing and the remarks of there's a subfloor issue?
No, I'm actually an investor, so I'm using Zillow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there was a subfloor issue, and we didn't know why. So finally, we just had a company go in and, try to figure out what was going on. And they said the foundation needs to be replaced.
Ooh, okay.
So that's where we're at right now, and we're just trying to figure out what's going to be the best, trying to figure out numbers-wise. And I think it overall for everybody, it'd be better for an investor that's going to rent it instead of flip it. And I just say that because, figure, if it were to cost $70,000 to repair and replace the foundation, plus updating, the 2 bathrooms and the kitchen and, cosmetically and everything else, you're probably looking at like $110,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I know on the flip side of it, you could, pulling the comps, it's worth $390 once it's flipped, assuming somebody's going to flip it, to make it nice and not just bare minimum, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I just feel like the margin at that point might not be there for somebody that's doing it to flip it versus if they're going to rent it. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, are you getting offers from buy and hold investors, or are you still just getting the fix and flip offers?
Oh my gosh, we're getting offers from all the wholesalers. It's just crazy. The lowball offers that have been coming in, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, people come in too low, it's just not realistic, because they're not going to give their house away at the same sense.
What kind of, without telling me exactly where they're at, what kind of range are they coming in at?
Up until now, we've had everything from as low as like 140,000
Mm-hmm.
has come in and an absolute no.
Right.
Up to, I want to say, where are we at? Like up to like 230.
And they didn't accept 230 cash offer?
Oh no, we did. We accepted 230.
Oh, and that's when
the people, they got freaked out because nobody knew why there was a subfloor issue. Like, they would walk through and they just got overwhelmed and they're scared. Like, what's the reason for this subfloor? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I finally said, I was like, enough is enough. We need to get ahead of this because I think the unknown is causing people to overestimate on what it's going to cost instead of like, oh, it's going to, be too much money to repair or, without knowing factually. So that's why I went last week, like I said, and I had this foundation repair company. I said, will you please just come and look underneath our house and tell us what's not our house, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My sellers, like, if you could look under their house and just tell us, like, what is going on, what's causing this subfloor issue. And that's when they came in and told us that.
Got it. Yeah.
That's
So I thank you for telling me that, because I did have an offer on the property, but after you just told me there is foundation issues, I'm probably going to be now too low for this one. So I wanted to suggest something else to you. Is this their investment property or is this their personal residence?
They live in it.
They live in it. Okay. Do they already have their next house purchased and are ready to move in, or do they need like a post possession?
They wanted 2 weeks post occupancy because what they're doing is buying an RV. They're retiring and they just want to buy an RV and live in that. So that's where they're kind of, they're proceeds from the close and do that.
Right. And so they need the proceeds from the close in order to, do they happen to have like a number in mind that they need for that RV?
Oh, I honestly don't know. They haven't told me that yet.
Okay. Do you know,
I don't even know.
Do they have a mortgage on the property?
No.
Oh, so it's
all
free.
they owe on the property, it's free and clear, so to speak. They do owe $4,000 on the roof, rather. Sorry. So the roof, all those big ticket items were all done in 2016. So the roof has a transferable warranty, but they owe like $4,200 or something on that.
Uh-huh.
And then they have like a tax. Their tax bill's roughly around like $2,300-ish. You know what I mean? Something around there. So that's all they owe on the house.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So one thing I wanted
and
to.
I even reached.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I know. I was saying on Friday I reached out to Curbio, which is a company that they say that they'll do repairs and they'll pay you at closing. So I thought, if that might be my only option, you know what I mean? If we can't find somebody to make it work, you know what I mean? Like maybe have Curbio come in, they'll pay to have them, stay in a hotel or whatever while they do their repairs, and then they just get paid at closing. And that way we could take it off the market, put it back on the market, and opening up the loans and everything else.
Right. So would the sellers be interested in maybe going a more non-traditional route? Because usually when there's an issue like this and people are coming in too low, we're able to solve some problems by going about it in a creative way. I don't know if your sellers would be interested in doing something like that.
And which, I mean, it just all depends on like what it is.
Yeah. So like I don't have an offer off the top of my head right now. We usually need to like kind of have like an initial conversation with you and the client so we could find out their financial needs, their goals, their needs, kind of get the lay of the land. And sometimes they tell us some stuff about the property that you might have not found important that we kind of pick up on that helps us with the deal. And then after that initial call, we come up with like 3 or 4 different options to see if any of those could fit their needs. And they're all based off of what kind of the seller tells us they want.
Well, would you be able to like what is it you're looking for as far as like you're just trying to find out like how much they want for the RV, or because I mean they don't want to just swap it out because it's them retiring as well. You know what I mean? So they need to have a little cushion on top of whatever you buy the RV for.
Right. No, we're kind of not what they really want to buy the RV for. Just kind of see like we'll get on a call and just be like, hey, in a perfect scenario, obviously, $260 would be what they wanted, all cash. But if we're not able to do that, if we're able to come up to like, let's say $270, we could either we could do it in different ways. We could either do, and I'm not the creative guy on my team. My partner is. So bear with me when I say some of the terms that I know we could offer. Seller finance with a down payment. There is no mortgage, so we don't have to worry about it. Another way we could go about it is we could agree on a price and kind of do what's called an ovation, where we agree on a price that they net. They don't sell it to us. We come in, we do all the renovations, and then we resell it, right? And once it gets resold, whatever they want, let's just say they say we need $215. Again, I'm making this up. Anything above $215 we keep. Anything at or below $215 is all theirs. But we do all the renovations and everything like that, so we don't have to incur the selling cost when we buy it. We just kind of come in, do the repairs, and then resell it once it's flipped.
Now, when you say do it like that, you guys do that. Are you in-house with your contractors, or do you sub it out?
Where it depends. Some of them we're in-house, some of them we do sub out. So we're not always one or the other. It depends really how many active projects we have going on. Because if our in-house can't, pick up the volume, we're gonna have to sub.
Well, and the reason why I ask that is just because, again, just looking at the numbers,
right?
I feel like it would only for you guys if you did it in-house. Because if you're gonna try to sub it, then obviously you need to make money. They need to make money,
right,
and
course.
It's just not gonna.
Of course.
Work, just because it's not a work that needs to be done. You know what I mean?
No, I totally get that. So that's kind of why that initial call is so important, because we're not even sure if they even want to do any of that. Or, my partners are the ones that are better on this side of the transactions than I am. I just want to kind of tee it up to see if maybe you could see if your sellers are interested in having that conversation first. And if so, then maybe we could schedule a conference call with the 4 of us. And because then this way they could ask any questions they have. You could ask any questions you have. And we could kind of get everybody comfortable and on the same page.
Well, my only concern is it is an older couple, and
right.
I think they might be talk to you guys directly. Like, is there any way you guys can just ask me all the questions and I can just get the answers for you so that they're not feeling, anxious?
Yeah, I could follow up with my partner and see what he thinks. The best way to go about this is if we can't get them on the call, just because it is more difficult to perform in these types of transactions without that conversation. However, it's not impossible. So let me follow up with my partner, see if that's something we could do. And then if it is, we could schedule a call between us 3. And if you feel comfortable with us, maybe we could then have that initial call.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let me know.
Awesome. And before I let you go, do you happen to have anything else that's in like a similar or worse condition, preferably without foundation issues?
No, I have something else that isn't listed yet, but it's one that it just needs, like the yard looks like a foreclosure home and it just needs paint on the inside, but it's a lot more expensive too. The house is probably going to be in the, like, once all that would be done, it would be like $450.
I mean, we like to stay up no more than 500, so that's still within our price range.
And now, how would it benefit you with that one? My only, you know what I mean, like before, like, you know, going forward with that one, like how would it? Because I'm thinking you guys like the lower ones, you know what I mean, like the ones that are, you know, under 300,000 and they're wrecked and everything else. Like this house that I'm talking about now, like the yard's wrecked, the front yard and backyard. The
Right.
current there, he has 3 big dogs that are tearing up the backyard too.
Okay.
Oh, that was with this house. Sorry, I'm all over the place.
No,
With
okay.
that house, the other issue, there's a renter in there, and his lease is up in March, so I don't know if that's an issue or not.
Yeah, so like once they have long-term leases, we usually try to acquire those using seller finance, just because it won't make sense for us to come in at private money at that rate. I mean, we still buy them. We have like currently 7 right now we're doing where the lease doesn't end until March. We were able to agree with the seller on like, you know, the balloon payment, the down payment, and the monthly payments. So that's another thing. If he is interested in selling it and wants to become the bank instead of the landlord, you know, we could still get on a call with that one as well. So we don't just utilize cash and private money.
Okay, so that could potentially work then on that house.
Awesome. Would you be able to send me the address?
Yeah.
Let me also text you my name and email too.
Okay. Yeah, if you can text me that, and then I can text you back the information. And then, do you guys end up selling them after the renter moves out, or do you just keep as a renter?
No, once the renter moves out, we'll probably update it, keep it as a buy and hold, and then just lease it back out at market rents.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that's, you know, the issue too with that house right now is because the renter that's in there. Okay, so I sold this house to the current owner.
Right.
I sold it to him just in May of 21.
Mm-hmm.
Then he ended up moving in with his girlfriend. So that's when he went and finally decided to rent it out this past March.
Right.
Well, the only other pickup issue that we're facing is because he's renting it according to what his mortgage was in May of 21 and not to what he can get for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's one, because he's getting $2,600 a month. And I told him, I said, you know, the chances of finding somebody that's going to buy it with a loan, it's going to put enough down, you know, like most people are coming in at like 5% down right now on conventionals, you know what I mean, instead of doing the 20. But we'd have to like try to get somebody that way. I said, other than that, we'd have to get a cash buyer that, you know, is an investor on that one too.
What we could do is do you know what his interest rate is? You said 21, so I'm assuming it's like 2-3%.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was somewhere, I want to say it was somewhere around 3. I'm not sure right off the top of my head though.
So we could just, one way we could do it is we could take over the mortgage payments and start servicing the loan, and then the remaining equity we could discuss seller financing and a down payment. So I mean, we're not scared if he's got a mortgage on the property and the renter is paying below. If we're able to take over the current mortgage and have the same monthly payments and still cash flow, like that's still a deal for us.
Well, I believe the loan is conventional, so it's not assumable.
Oh no, we all of the loans we've taken over VA loans, we've taken over conventional loans, FHA, like we've taken over almost all of them. It stays in their name. We get it serviced through a third-party servicing company, and we make payments through there on their behalf. And then after about, I believe, 3 months, 70% is wiped away from their debt-to-income ratio. And then after about a year, I believe 100% is wiped away. So we're able to do it on all types of loans. I think the only one you can't is a reverse mortgage.
Okay. So with that, then, so you would buy it as is.
Yeah.
And then just
So
do all this stuff, but
we would have, for this one, since there is a lot more in play here, we would probably have to have that initial conversation with you, your client, and then my partner and me, and we could discuss all of that. Any questions, we could then discuss what kind of terms your client would prefer with like monthly payment and all that good stuff. So if they're interested, we could set something up for this week or next week if you want.
Yeah, if you could, that would be great.
Yeah, I mean, however.
I was saying, if you could email me and I'd write it out in a way that I can explain it to him, to make him interested and make him understand it.
Yeah. So I'll give like a brief explanation of what I was talking about, and then because again, I'm not going to give any numbers or anything like that because I don't have any numbers, but just a brief explanation of what we're talking about, and then if he's a little interested, we could schedule a call.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. And then if you could just text me the address so I could look at it as well. And then I'll let you know when I send you over the email. Oh, actually, I don't have your email. What is your best email?
It is Realtor, so REALTOR BILLC, the number 4 and the letter U at gmail.com.
You said the letter U? Realtor Billy for you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Perfect.
The number 4 and the letter U.
At gmail.com. Awesome. I'll shoot you over an email within the next maybe next hour, and I'll give you a brief description.
Okay, perfect. Thanks so much. And I'll send you my card right now too.
Awesome. I appreciate your time today.
Okay, talk to you soon.
All right, take care. I was gonna offer on that cash. Then the foundation issue popped in the face.
Wow, dude. Like, honestly, I'm just sitting over here mind blown, John. That, like, I want to take that call, and I that call in itself is a course, bro. It's a freaking course on its own. She was not a friendly realtor.
Nope.
She was very cold, but she was to the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you had her 1,000,000% on page with you, dude. Like, that was masterful. Holy guys, give John some love in the chat for that. That was just beyond brilliant, dude. You went from cash, then you pitch creative, and you do it in such an eloquent way that you're not giving up too much. You're not saying too much, but you're just giving options, and you're spurring the conversation to expand into the possibility. You went to novations in there, bro. Like, this is just mind-bending, dude. Mind-bending. Everybody in sub 2, everybody in Astro right now, the chat has been going bananas, dude. Like, bananas. They're just saying John is like, I'm bro, if you didn't have a girlfriend right now, I think there's like 50 dudes and chicks in the chat right now who all want to marry you.
That's hilarious. And one thing I don't really know anything about creative. I'm not, so for anybody that thinks I know what I'm talking about, like, I kind of do, but I don't really. The sub 2 deal with the 70% and the 100%, I just learned that like last week from one of the conversations I was on that I got with a sub 2 student and a seller. So like, I'm learning as I'm listening in on these conference calls that I schedule. And then that's kind of how I'm able to speak.
Bro, like, you know that you got, so I don't know, you had a chance to listen to Dan Quijano talk, right? On our last, that guy is just a beast. Like, you give me Dan Quijano vibes, bro. Like,
I don't have as cool of a voice as him.
I know he's got that buttery voice, dude. He's
got that late night DJ voice.
He's so good. Oh, I love him, guys. John, I just got to say, like, this was phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. And we're getting towards the end of this challenge, and it's just the first day, guys. Who is absolutely thrilled with what you've been able to see in just the first day of the secret weapon challenge? Amazing, right?
Before, I'm not going to make another call, but since I wasn't able to actually make an offer, let me just quickly show how.
Oh, we don't have to cut it unless you got to go, bro.
I mean, I'm doing this till I get hungry. Usually is what I do.
Okay. Let's get an offer in. So whatever. Let's go.
Let me just show you a process just in case, because I don't usually like to have an offer or give them an offer on that initial phone call. I like to really just ask them the questions and then give it a little bit of time to breathe, and then that's when I kind of call them back with my offer. I just don't feel comfortable doing that because I feel like it's just not going to be, like reciprocated. It's not going to be received well unless I'm super close. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just want to show how when I do come up with an offer, when I do send it, because a lot of people say, do you text offers or do you email offers? So this is how I make offers. I email every single one. So I tell an agent first, like, hey, I'm going to be emailing you an offer. What's your best email? Even if I have their email, unless I spoke to them already. Then what I do is I use this. It's called an agent offer sheet. Let it load a little bit.
John, will you share this agent offer sheet with our crew here?
Yeah.
Guys, if you want a copy of this agent offer sheet, here's how you do it. John's going to provide that to me. And you can DM me and my team will send that to you. So John, thank you for that. Emily, if you could convert that into a PDF, and I will make sure that any of you that want this agent offer sheet will get it to you from my IG. You can also DM, I don't know, do you want them to DM you for it or would you just prefer us to handle it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Emily.
No, it's okay. I got a team, dude. It's it's overwhelming if you get all the DMs. So let my team handle it. I've got half a dozen people who help out. Yeah, I got a message from Kent. They are nearly sold out of Scale and Escape tickets. You guys did a good job. I think though we didn't have more than like 15 come from. So if you guys are really wanting to go and make this happen, you're waiting for the live to end, get your ticket. I would also suggest if you have a partner, attend virtually and attend physically and take advantage of the networking in both, because you can't network in the virtual chat if you're there physically, and you can't network physically if you're there virtually. So it makes sense to double up. Also, I've chosen the first reimbursement from this, and Bobby actually randomly chose it, and it's actually my friend. Miriam, you are getting a reimbursement for your seat. You're one of the 10. So we got 9 more free seats to give out. Who's going to be the 9 people? I'm going to pick another 2 today. So get your chance, guys. Get your chance to get reimbursed for that. I'm going to give you 100% of the money back. I'm just going to Zelle you the money right back. It's going to be great. John, show us how you do the offers.
All right, perfect. So I didn't create this sheet. I don't want people to think I'm taking I found this sheet in the Astro group. I believe some people said this is Jerry Norton's offer sheet. Regardless, this is what I use every single time. First thing is I put in the property address up here. This doesn't change. It's my company name, my personal address. Then I put in my purchase price offer here, right? If my MAO is like 170, let's say I anchor like maybe 15K below. It really all depends on how far off I am. Sometimes I start at my MAO, but it really depends how far off I am. So purchase price there, cash less hard money, proof of funds to be included. I do have a proof of funds from Flip Fund LLC. That's what I use. So if you need a proof of funds.
Yeah, if you guys need a proof of funds, go to flipfundllc@gmail.com, flipfundllc@gmail.com. I have $2 million in cash stored in an account just to give you legitimacy on your proof of funds.
Yeah.
$2 million sitting in account for you, for your proof of funds. Go to flipfundllc@gmail.com to get a proof of funds. I won't put you through the ringer for it either.
And I had an agent the other day ask me, I sent them that. They said, okay, can we see your bank account, please? I said, why? They said, well, if you're using private or hard money, then you're going to have to come down with a percentage of the down payment. So can you show us that you have like 10% of your bank account? I said, no, this is a private money lender. It's their proof of funds. They fund 100% of the deal. I do all the work, and we split the profits 50-50. So I'm actually not coming out of pocket with anything right now. And they took that, and they were fine. So that just in case somebody says, hey, send us yours for a percentage of the deal, just say my private money lender funds everything, and we split the profits 50-50.
Yeah, and we actually confirm that, guys. When we call realtors to confirm the proof of funds, they ask, how much funding do you provide? And we always tell them we do 100%, and it's deal specific. And I only can underwrite the deal once you execute the contract. So I help force the agent to signing the deal. Okay, that my team is trained to help the agent know that it's imperative that they execute the contract before you lose that funding. So we actually help you get your deal done. How incredible is that?
Amazing. So then proof of funds says to be included, and I do attach it. I'll draft up an email after I go through this really quick. As is condition. So my inspection is usually 7 business days. I do business days. I do got to figure something out though. My other terms, maybe Jamil would help me with this, because they can't put the word business on the inspection period. But I do want to add it to the other terms and conditions, like stating.
They absolutely can.
Oh, you could put the word business where it says it?
Yeah, you put it in additional terms and comments. So you say inspection period to be 7 business days or 5 business days.
Oh, no, now that's added, so you guys don't got to worry about that. So I do business days for my inspection period. Earnest money, it all depends. Sometimes I do 1%. Sometimes I don't. If the agent knows I'm wholesaling it, I do $500. And they don't care. If it's less than 200,000, I do a 15-day close. If it's more than 200,000, I do 21 days. It just makes my offer look a little better. And then access. All of this other stuff will be kind of templated out, so you don't got to worry about it. And then the title company. I put my title company and my other terms. Again, I got these from Keegley. These are Keegley's other terms that now I put in all my offers to protect me. This will be in the template, so you don't got to worry about it. So then once I do this up, I draft it up, put the address, I download it, right? Let's just say I download it. Taking a little bit. All right, so I file, download. I have this on my G drive. I highly recommend you just keep it in your G drive. So now it's downloaded over here, right? I'll go to my email. Let me just pull up a blank email. And let me pull up so I can see my screen. All right. So I'll put in offer and then address, right? And then depends. If I spoke to the agent already and I said, hey, listen, I'm going to be sending you my offer. It's going to be, around this price. If it's below 100, I'll tell them what I'm offering them first, so they don't call me back and be like, hey, why'd you just waste my time with this offer? So I'll call them and I'll tell them this is my offer. If I'm below 100, I'll just shoot it out and I'll use this template. It'll say, agent's name, comma, please see attached my offer sheet on. I ran the numbers with my team, and based on the ARV we came up with, along with the way the market and interest rates are going right now, I would need this property at or around the number stated in order for this deal to make sense for me for a cash/hard money offer. Thank you, John. Then I'll just drag this in here. I will take my proof of funds, slam them in there, put in the agent's name, and then click send. And then I will text them, say, hey, I just sent you an offer from this email if it's the first time I'm emailing them, so my email doesn't go to their spam. And if it does, then they know. So that's how I send all of my offers. Well, my template, do you guys mean my template in the body like this right here? But that's how I submit my offers. Another thing I want to talk about is follow-ups. So in here, I have ever since I started doing this full time. Yeah, I am putting and/or signs, but the biggest thing that matters is that the contract is assignable. So even if it doesn't say and/or signs, as long as you go to says assignability, as long as one of the first 2 boxes are checked, may assign and be released, or may resign and not be released. As long as those two one of those are checked, you're fine to assign it. But in here, I have every property I've comped in the last month that I'm interested in offering on. So it's just all addresses. It's the agent's name or the wholesaler's name. It's the address, the days on market, the ARV, the MAO, my offer, the list price. This is the differential between list and offer. Comp date, offer date, the response, and when I got the response. So I keep track. And then every 2 weeks, I go through this whole list and I go address by address and I look to see status. Is it pending? I mark it yellow. If I haven't offered on it in 2 weeks and I want to offer on it, or if I haven't offered on it and I told them I'd give them a month, then I'll highlight it green and I'll just go through every single address until I hit the bottom. And then I will follow up with those agents and I'll make those offers. So follow-up is huge. And that's usually what I do. And then I follow up with agents first time I call them, no answer. I leave a voicemail and then I shoot them a text. If they don't answer, I call them back in 3 days. Same thing. Call them, voicemail, text. Follow up again in a week. No, call, voicemail, text. If there's no response after 3 times, I follow up with them in a month. And I just shoot them a text. But I'm following up all the time. And so now my schedule is I start at 9. I do follow-ups first. I get all those follow-ups out of the way, and then I do new agent outreach literally until I get hungry. I could stop at 12 or I could stop at 1:30. It really depends when I get really hungry and I can't really focus on the conversation. Then I go eat quickly, and then I come back. I run the comps on addresses I got. I call them up, and I just keep going until pretty much my girlfriend tells me it's time to start making dinner.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You make dinner?
I know Adriana's in the chat right now, so I don't make dinner. I'm not going to say I do. I sometimes, but no, not recently.
Guys, who would love? And I'm going to put you on the spot here, John.
Yeah.
Because we are out of time here, guys, and I'm sure everybody wants to hang out with John again. John, would you be open to doing a super exclusive coaching call with people who took action from today's challenge?
Yeah, 100%.
So if you guys want to do a call specifically with John himself, only John, okay, where you're going to get to ask him questions, it's going to be super exclusive and small. Anybody who took action on Privy today is going to be accessible to that special coaching call with John. Anybody who took action on Scale and Escape today will also be included in that. So if you did want, some of you guys already have Privy, and that's great. But get your ticket to Scale and Escape then. Okay, one or the other you could have done today, and that'll get you access to a super secret, special, exclusive coaching call with John Galan about how he does his acquisitions and what his additional secret weapons are. Thank you for doing that, John. And we will let you know what day and time that will be in the Facebook group. Mm-hmm. If you guys are not in the Secret Agent Challenge Facebook group, Emily's going to put that link in the chat. Just go join that Facebook group, guys. It's a super great Facebook group. It's called the Secret Agent Challenge, even though this is a secret weapon challenge. So it don't matter. You know what it is. It's a secret. Yeah. But that is where we will give you guys updates, and we'll email everybody the links for John's super exclusive coaching call. Okay, so guys, if you haven't yet already taken advantage of the deal that Benson is providing for Privy, one more time, if we could, the promo code for that, can they just go to privy.com and then put in a promo code, Emily? Do you know, or is Benson with us? Can we get clarity on that, Benson?
Hey, yeah, they could, but Emily's got a really good link in there that she's been putting in the chat.
Yeah, it's just that, some people have been having a hard time copying.
He froze.
Oh, he's frozen.
No, you froze.
I froze? Okay. Yeah. People have just been having I've been watching the chat, and they haven't been able to copy and paste. So if they go to getprivy.com and then put in a promo code, will it work?
Yeah, it's getprivynow.com.
Getprivynow.com. Now. And then put the promo code in SWC2022. Or if you can copy and paste it and open up a browser. Only the people who signed up for Privy today will have access to John. Okay? That's it. And Scale and Escape today will have access to John. Otherwise, no access to John for that special call. And John, we'll probably keep something going recurring, because it seems to me that everybody's just madly in love with you and they want to hear you continue to go. And John does a call. He does these live in the Astro Flipping Facebook group every single day.
Yep.
Every day. So if you haven't yet joined Astro Flipping, what are you doing? Why are you not joining Astro? John, you've got a special link if anybody has interest in joining Astro, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, guys, there's the link. If you sign up using John's code, you actually get to be a part of John's little crew. And you will have access to watch John every single day do these calls. So if you're feeling like I just need more of this, I need more of this so I can really sharpen my tool, so I can really learn the vernacular, the terminology, the cadence, the tone, how to effectively communicate with realtors without them hanging up the phone on you, then you should be a part of our community. How powerful is Astro Flipping community, John?
It's the best thing ever. I just made a post, I think it was on Saturday. Every morning I write down like 5 things I'm super grateful for. And one of the first 5 things I write down is how grateful I am for Jamil and the Astro community, because I mean, it's just like a second family. And I mean, you really can't go wrong joining either. Like, I paid for CPA materials. It was like $6,000 for CPA materials. I only had access to it until I passed the test, and then it's gone. See you later. And I'll tell you right now, the payoff from Astro is 10 times more than the payoff from the CPA materials was.
And you made money as a CPA.
I made money, yeah, but I make a lot more money now than I will be from being a CPA.
It is absolutely incredible. And if you're an Astro student and you're in the chat, guys, just, quickly, if you wouldn't mind just sharing with people how you feel about the community and if it's worth it or not. I'd love to see more of you guys in the Astro community. If you're a sub 2 student, come on. You don't have to leave sub 2. There's so many people that are in both. It's a great opportunity for you to expand your tools. If you're doing deals already in sub 2, come and sharpen your skills in Astro. If you're an Astro and you're doing great and you're doing a great job, you can also join sub 2. I mean, getting into both communities, guys, is absolutely a game changer for many. But if you can't do that, squad up. If you're an Astro student and you can't join sub 2, squad up with a sub 2 student. If you're a sub 2 student and you can't join Astro, squad up with an Astro student. That's the miracle of what we do.
Yep. Make a lot more money that way.
A lot more money. This has been phenomenal, John. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your time as well, Benson. Guys, remember one more time, if you take advantage of the Privy deal today, you will get 20% off the membership. You will also get access to Benson's coaching. You will get access to know how to utilize Privy in the most gangster way, because the guy who made it is going to show you. On top of that, if you took action today, you were going to have access to special coaching calls with John specifically. John, my man, John. You guys won't have access to that otherwise. And if you took advantage of the Scale and Escape, I believe they're very close to sold out, maybe 1 or 2 seats left. If you took advantage of the Scale and Escape, then you will also get access to John's coaching call.
Yep. Get Privy, everybody. It took me 15 minutes to find 25 addresses to call today. I didn't call all of them, but I'm not done calling yet, so I will. But 15 minutes to find all these properties, and I just had to comp on myself. So amazing. It's a no-brainer.
Guys, tune back in tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, because it's just going to keep being amazing. We've got, you guys thought today, day 1 was great. Day 2 is going to be great. Day 3 is going to be great. And day 4 is going to be great. It's going to be secret weapons galore. We're super excited to have you all with us. John, you are a beautiful man. Anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Yeah. So before I figured out my agent outreach was what I like to do, I went through a time where I was super confused and I just felt overwhelmed and I was like, nothing's going right. The thing is, you just have to stick with it. You don't give up. Like Tarek said, like persistence, and Napoleon Hill says this too. Persistence is the insurance against failure. Just keep being persistent. Just keep waking up each day. Keep doing the thing. And just don't stop. Eventually, something's going to click. For me, it was going to the mastermind, and I knew exactly agent outreach was my goal. If you're confused, reach out to people that are doing what you want to do. Whatever you do, though, just never give up and just keep that mindset, keep that vision, and have a really strong why, because the money won't get you out of bed. The why is going to get you out of bed. My why is my family, my future family, and just all the other people's lives that I want to impact through charity once I reach the goal I want to reach.
That's so true, brother. That's so true. Tomorrow, we've got Brittany Berryman with us, and she's going to show us how we're using this secret weapon to find vetted buyers. So if you've ever had to cancel on a deal, if you've not been able to sell a deal before, you're going to want to tune into tomorrow's call, because Brittany is incredible at selling her deals, and we are going to help you guys get that all figured out and settled. And for those of you saying, hey, I already have Privy, no problem. I want to see you at Scale and Escape. So if you can't make it physically, come to the virtual event. You will find an opportunity to get a virtual ticket in that link. We'll put it up one more time. You guys are incredible. We'll see you all tomorrow. John, thank you so much. God bless you all.
Appreciate you.
Take care.
Take care.